one was cheating. The guy says we've said we would forgive cheating, but to what point is hard follow enough is enough?
I mean, I get it's individual.
Okay,
like it depends on your boundaries.
This thing is simple. If it's public, all bets are off.
Yeah.
Yeah, true.
So you can't forgive if people know.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's nuts.
That's very public.
Yeah, that's very public.
So now even many years later, you can't go back and forgive your partner.
And Msadio, by the way, has moved on with her life and is married now.
Yeah, she's married now.
But the dude is not.
Andy, if he had forgiven her, they'd still be happy.
He can't go back.
No, because
go back
the world will still find a way to rub it in your face.
Yeah,
he stayed with Musadi as a public.
Kaloku babethe suboyika umuntu ozokubuza igaka vele umfaka impama.
Utaphela ulwana
Talking about social media.
Utaphela ulwana ufihlana ne.
I would agree with that. And if it's in private, it must not reoccur.
What happened? Like, how many chances do I
With
get?
the same guy or someone else?
How many chances do I get?
If it's the same guy, I'm releasing you. Love this guy.
Yeah,
I'm releasing you.
Yeah,
or let's have an arrangement.
What if she doesn't love him?
Alright, cool. Alright, let's have a frank discussion.
How many times do we have this conversation?
Twice.
Twice.
No. Okay. The thing about cheating. Here's the thing about cheating.
Being caught with the same person twice is
It's wild.
But no, not necessarily that it's crazy. I think there's also a mischaracterization of it because the natural thing is that that means this person. It almost feels like now this is my enemy. Let's say as the person being cheated on, because I cannot say I now say the threat in my relationship is not that when maybe you have a high sex drive or whatever, is that there's a nigga that you like more than me. Whether at an emotional level or whatever. So now it personalizes that this threat is now always here.
Like now, if you're dealing with a woman now that can't get rid or manage her kryptonite, nah, fuck it.
Is it better if you catch me with two different niggas instead of the same nigga twice?
Two different niggas.
Is that better?
Yeah, with the same nigga, it's a problem.
So
you'd rather I cheat
when you catch her with a different man, then you can just resolve. Okay, so like it's fair. Yeah, so like it's fair.
I would rather deal with you.
This is not about me. Tonight it's fair.
I would rather deal with the fact that and because my thing is that even if I did, you still want to favor the next guy.
Exactly.
So I can remove myself a bit, like
Yeah, now
I can't deal with the fact that there's another man that satisfies you more than me.
My nigga, like she's in love with another man.
It's not love. She's
in love with
another man. That's what I'm saying.
Bro.
I don't care whether it's love or like or it's sex. But what I just know that is that this nigga, over whatever it is that he has access to my household.
That's a problem.
It's a problem. But if you were at work, there was a company conference, like not too many people know about it. I'm not putting out 3 kids on the streets over around that in last 3 minutes.
Not too mad.
Not. But all I'm saying is that yes. What then ends up happening is that the second part, or if I catch you second time, even with the same person, emotions then creep in now. I'm not removing, it was opportunistic, or maybe no matter. So now I start saying, nah man, you can't even say it was a mistake, because if it's the same guy, it means you still have his number. It means you never stop talking to him.
Yeah, because there's a difference between like cheating that's opportunistic
and planned.
And I can understand that.
I can get it. I can get that. Like, and I can overlook it too. You know what I'm saying? And as far as forgiveness goes,
if it's not public,
the same nigga. Woman. That's not opportunity.
I think that's better actually, guys, because it's more controlled than every time I'm out. You worried I'm gonna. But don't try to say about them or killing.
Or you'd rather accept your woman being ran through by different dicks.
Bruh.
The one
but at least the cat's like it's fake.
I understand.
Yeah, man.
No, but I'm rolling with them,
I'd rather
because it means that the opportunistic hoe, you gotta worry about her
constantly.
Anyway, she
can't go buy bread, bruh. She can't go buy bread.
Can't go buy bread because the nigga at the
fuck around and get fucked.
Hard. the
petrol attendant might get it.
You know?
I guess in 29 is knowing that your girl is kind of gigai.
Yeah. But what I do want to bring into this dynamic is but you are right. But the thing is with relationship, unfortunately, because relationship are an emotional endeavor, right? Is that there is something like what we say talk about, like let's say risk. Like there is a lesser risk in dealing with one nigga. Ne? But psychologically, it's easier to accept multiple niggas, right? Yeah, but listen to what I'm saying. What I'm saying is that because the way I rationalize it to myself, it never looks like there is a threat. Because what I do is that I take your misbehavior as something that has to do with you, and then those niggas are just random niggas, right? I'd rather deal with a random nigga.
It's like what's about you're dating like an attractive chick. You don't worry yourself every day about the fact that she's gonna wake up in a pick and pay and get hit on.
Yes.
Right? I don't worry myself about that, even though I know the possibility of that is
because you're hot. I know I'm dating a hot person.
I'm dating a
why did you like us?
The problem,
you're also all the time.
But the problem with your way is that you can't even go to pick and pay with her because you don't even know if the guy at the till could be one of the guys that she's let hit, and that guy.
That's the benefit of that. Even though I said that she needs to be a stopper masepana.
Okay, let's ask you. Would you rather?
I'd rather catch you with the same woman. Every time
if women catch you with the same woman, it's a problem.
Because I'm not gonna sit back every day as soon as she steps out the house. It causes a stress. I can I can't deal with that shit.
Kryptonite in your brain,
bro. No, I'm not gonna.
I'm in town.
No threat.
Hey, because at least the move Mbao, I think there's still some complications.
But
when this nigga calls,
so it sounds to me here that what's actually more important is somebody who regards you in high regard enough to ensure that she doesn't get caught.
Yes.
So don't be sloppy in your
dealing.
No one goes out of their way to get caught, though.
Which is what I'm saying. Getting caught twice is an issue.
No one goes out of their way to get caught. You must just stop being nosy.
No.
Yeah, that's a different discussion.
How did you catch
people
me?
need to stop being
nosy.
That's a different.
No one goes out of their way to get caught. Like, I'm not cheating to get caught. I obviously don't want you to find out.
Yeah, but you're out
so
in a public
what are
club
you
with
doing?
a man
What are you
married.
doing?
But you're making out in the corner in the club.
Yeah, when you are married,
see you, bro.
invariably that's gonna come out.
It will come out.
So the thing is like,
if forget even making out in the club, you walking into a club with someone, Lee Tufel.
baby, hurry go Durban July.
Never mind Durban July.
How?
Bro,
let's do coffee sometime.
Farmers market.
What you should be saying is, as a married woman or as somebody in a relationship who cares about keeping this shit under wraps, right? Do you look like somebody who can afford to be having coffee with anybody?
You have no business.
I saw it Durban July.
You have no business, bro. You have no business. Because
publicly you are accounted for. That's why you have a ring. You are publicly accounted for.
Hey.
And I dare to say, the way about Tolanka thing, it speaks highly about like where the house flop you were.
Yeah.
Like very high feet out to, let's say, your significant other about to say into like kind of my tabatsa
yeah.
Okay.
That was nasty.
He would be seen with this woman in public.
And he's
but it was for work. I get it.
No, but they were hugged up. Bali Cape Town.
No, they were at Kolonaki. It's in Parkhurst.
Bali close. That's some bullshit.
What I mean how it's Antoina. Let me tell you how bad.
I never suspect. I never expected it.
I never expected it.
But I think inconvenience, ne? Your cheating must inconvenience you if you respect someone. It must be expensive. It must be inconvenient. It must take you out of your way.
It must be cumbersome.
It must be cumbersome.
Just
Mara
now you'd even go out of your way to cheat.
But
it should cost you a lot.
No. What she's saying is that that's what I'm saying, because now you're looking at it emotionally. So now you say, yo, whatever. You rather deploy this money how, right?
No,
Yeah, because that's what you want to look at it. You don't want to look at it like this person, like let's say for example, let's say if I decide, you know what, it feels uncomfortable cheating on you in Cape Town when we live in Cape Town. So I'm gonna take this bitch to Durban. Yeah, when last did you take me to Durban? Hey.
You're out here flying bitches to Durban.
You're out here flying bitches.
Because that's how you look. You don't look at it like,
Yo,
if I come to you and say,
bitch,
actually, my guilt was the way I respect you, baby. The fact that I would even do this in our town would
But what I see is that
no, but at the same time, how do you even justify being away in Durban
to begin with? No. What I'm saying is that it must be cumbersome. Then you must create a whatever believable.
But that makes it worse, Tabang, because you put in so much effort that you had to see the shit through. I prefer uchiteka mistake, like you
Is there cheating by mistake?
Tabang. But how you even booked flights? You put thought into the shit.
Okay, I was using an extreme example.
No, but I'm saying it mustn't feel like you sat down and you're like, yo, I need to think this through and make sure I don't get caught.
It was premeditated murder.
Yeah, it's different if you went out and then you tripped and then you fell and then you cheated by accident.
Hey. And then when she comes out, you took this bitch to Durban, you've never taken me to Durban. I guess I'm mabo.
It's a kabom.
Yeah.
That's too much effort.
I just never just do it.
It's too much effort. It means I'm rata wanu.
I know.
Hey man, y'all should stop asking us about these cheating fucking questions.
Hey, fuck.
But boys and girls can be friends at the end of the day.
People must stop cheating.
No, they can't.
Men and women shouldn't be friends, and people shouldn't cheat.
Preferably, they should.
That's our stances. And then the last question on this guy, you were saying, to what point, if you are in love with someone, would you continue being in the relationship? Again, he used the word morals, but I think he meant values. Like he was using the fact that
at what point?
At what point can you justify exchanging or trading in your values or morals
for love,
for the relationship? But the example he used, I don't want to use morals. He was saying, I'm an ambitious person, right? But I'm with somebody who's just happy with life the way it is.
So he's saying, at which point is love not enough to sustain the relationship?
No. He's saying, because ambition is a value for him.
Yes.
Yeah. If he had to choose a woman, he would choose a woman who's just as ambitious. But because it's with a woman that he just loves,
yes,
and the woman loves him, but he feels like to be with this woman comes at the cost of who he is.
Of his ambitions, yes.
It's compatibility at the
But that's when love is just not enough. Now you're starting to, needing other things to keep you together.
You weigh that value, that value that he kind of espouses or cherishes. How big is it?
Yeah, I think
in the biggest scheme.
I think what people do in relationships, people overstretch the role that love should play. Like love just plays a role in how you get together. Then what people do is like
plays a minimum.
It's like, you know how many people get into a relationship and they've never had a conversation whether either of them want kids or not. People get into a relationship and they've never asked each other about what is their stance on spirituality, on religion, on politics, on anything, right? But they want to run on just the fact that I just like this person. And then when you are there, you realize like it's not enough that I like you.
Yes.
You know, like maybe I'm an OCD. Most people with OCD struggle to live with other people because they will clean up after you thought you cleaned.
Yes.
Because to them, the toilet is not clean unless it's cleaned by me. Right? How can I live with this person? So we are not compatible. But the fact that I do love them and like them is true. But I can't live with them because of that obsession that I have. Right? But the problem I think comes with this guy's question is, I think the first thing as a human being, you are accountable and to your own truth, right? You know, you gotta live out your own truth first before you accommodate the next person. And then when you are trying to look for a life partner, you must look at somebody you can exchange or trade nice to haves, not non-negotiables. So what happens is that sometimes people trade in like this, like that's what I'm saying. Somebody will go into a relationship knowing they don't want to have kids, and then they end up trading in what would have been a non-negotiable for a nice to have, and then you are stuck.
And you already need to know this. Like you need to weigh the things that are really non-negotiable for yourself and
nice
the
to
things
have
that you can compromise.
And it's very simple in theory.
I agree.
Yeah.
I agree.
But once you're in love,
Because relationships are
and you're high off coochie, ain't no telling what you're gonna do. Because if it was that simple, then we wouldn't have a problem of women staying with men that abuse them.
For sure.
For sure. At the end of the day, in relationships, there are places where you're gonna need to compromise.
So actually, love is a very big driving factor. Love controls more things than we think it does.
That's true.
Because it's the love that allows you to tolerate many of the things that should be non-negotiables to you.
So what I would pose is like the health, that the more healthier way to manage the lona for mood. Or like for instance, the way, and then they get to a point where is it worth it?
That's why I get it. The difference with how he asked the question is, see, you don't want to look at somebody, right, and say, every time you watch F1, I really wanted to be a race driver, but because your aversion of risk made me choose a different kid. What happens is that I now go every day now. Even as somebody I love, I'm also reminded about how I betrayed my own truth.
It builds resentment.
Then it builds resentment. So which therefore means maybe that was a non-negotiable for you. Because it also means the fact that you are resent, the love was not strong enough to override it.
Yeah, it was.
It was not strong enough to override it.
Yeah, especially in moments where
to override what?
To override maybe
moments of resentment.
The things that I gave in order to be with you. Like I was using an example of maybe a career choice. Think about people who say, I've led up an overseas opportunity where this thing that I'm practicing, the best place you can ever practice it is in America. But I was in love with you. I chose not
stayed
to go.
for love.
I chose not to go because I love you and our relationship was, and I knew me going to America,
And then
but
that starts building resentment.
Then maybe I don't even become even a big actor here. Then I look at you and there's an element of resentment.
Yes.
But if I loved you enough, I'd be like, I don't care about that loss.
No, it's not fair. That's so much pressure to put on love. Because either way, Tabang, even if I love you, it doesn't take away from the fact that I will still every time this thing comes up, it'll
So that's why when
I can be resentful and in love with you
but
at
that's
the same
your fault.
time.
But that's your fault. When you made that decision, you need to reconcile with yourself. This is a decision
You
I made
asked
for
me
love.
to stay.
Yeah, this is the.
No, I
this is the
didn't
decision-
ask you.
This is the decision I made for love.
Yeah, I decided.
Good or bad.
Yeah.
Good or bad.
You put
I have
put
to
the
weigh
love.
on it.
Ahead of myself.
Yeah.
You put come as a decision you made. Resentment, that you start feeling, and it's like a fuck you for that resentment.
That's your loss.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know that thing in relationships when they say somebody can sacrifice so many things, and then the day you do them dirty, they like, I can't believe you did this to me. After I did
everything.
this, and then the person says, can't declare. All those things you did,
And
thinking
then
you're doing them for me. You never checked in with me if I wanted them. Now I cheated on you.
Yeah.
Now you're gonna remind me of what you did for me.
And that's also disingenuous when a person then starts naming the turn away. Because you know this is
Because
Because I thought you'd pick me in the end.
but otherwise,
But how else do I prove how much
I loved you.
I was devoted? I have to start listing the shit that I did.
I know too.
but when shit goes south,
You know, cause niggas forget.
Yeah, niggas do forget.
You forget.
Niggas
But
do
now,
forget.
is that grounds for you
forget.
to stay? The fact that I did these things for you, is that going to now...
Yep.
The fact
At
that I
the
bring
very
it up,
least,
is it gonna...
It should have earned you. It should have earned me your loyalty.
Am I now guilting you into staying?
No, I don't want you to stay, but I need you to acknowledge
Happy.
It is guilty though.
I feel like it's guilty.
But that's fine too.
That's fine too.
But happy. The other problem with relationships and like maybe other
But I admit
other constructs of our lives like careers, for some reason we have this fixation that a relationship must last.
How?
Like
but that's what we want.
Look, listen to what I'm saying. There are people where me and you having a beautiful relationship for 2 years.
Don't keep it for too long.
Yeah, but it served you. That 2 years, it served you. But maybe you start seeing red flags or whatever. It's like, I'm no longer compatible with it. But the guilt of saying, there's an expectation that this thing must last beyond 2 years. Maybe it shouldn't.
Maybe you're not in it anymore, but I am still.
Yeah, like in a situation where, let's say, we still together. And then now Skella Superstar thing has exposed you to things that make you seem like
you are better than me.
You are better than me.
Even expose you to better men.
I'm well within my rights to say, now we still scared.
And you're right. You did take me to Skella, but now
and I
cut me my check. Let's cut losses.
Yeah, cut me my check.
Because you took me to Skella, I realized that actually
and let's cut losses.
Come on, my check.
You must be. The Dojo.